We're talking horror movies tonight. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. How we doing, everyone? How we doing? How we doing? Ugh, Jake is fired up tonight. I can't say that on YouTube. But I just did so much Red Bull. I'm so ready to talk about horror movies. Only kidding. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's it going? Dylan's with us tonight. What's up, Dylan? VKD, as you're called around these parts. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Wrestling God is here, and oh boy, he's got a lot of questions. Oh, geez, lots of questions for you, my friend. Well, throw them out there. I'll gladly answer them, if I can. Gunner is with us as well, still waiting on that Lazy Town stream. Keep on waiting, buddy. That's what I'll tell you. RJ Skorenki? Yeah. I always say this differently every single time. Maybe one day I'll get it right. Is saying, just went to the dentist today. Ooh, that's never fun. And had a great appointment. Can't wait for the Scream 7 talk. Hell yeah. I see Nev in the thumbnail. Makes me even more happy. What up with Sydney? What is up with Sydney? Truly. Maybe we'll find out soon. Maybe we'll actually get an answer to that. That would be nice. Would love some Sydney Prescott in my Scream 7 cup of coffee. But we'll just have to see, my friends. Mr. Horror is here too. Hello, hello. Johnny Hideout UK, what is up, what is up? Slasher King, thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. Sarah's with us too. What's up, what's up? How's it going, Sarah? As well as Wendy. Yo, yo, yo. Slashing It with Matt is here. What's up, Matt? How's it going? If you guys have not seen it already, me and Matt did a little podcast. It is up on the page. The very first episode of the revived KillJoy Jake podcast. We're back. We'll be posting new episodes pretty much every Monday moving forward. So I'm excited for it. Check it out. Listen to it on Spotify as well. It is up on there too. I didn't know this, but you can upload videos to Spotify now, which I learned yesterday. I was like, okay, shit. So like, I don't know how, but somehow you're able to watch the video on Spotify too. So you can do that there. It helps me out a little more if you watch it on YouTube, but do your thing. I don't give a shit. I don't know. I just appreciate it either way. Thanks for watching. Joe's here from the Dreaming Insomniacs. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Jason Carpenter. What's up, man? How's it going? My Halloween Ends loving dude. Welcome, welcome. Melanie is here. Hey, Jake and everyone with love. Love it. Love all the purple hearts. You must have had too much Grimace Shake earlier on, but I dig it. Nice. Very nice. The Toby Show is throwing $2 out there. Thank you for the support, my friend. I really appreciate that. Toby, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, what's up? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you for hanging out with us. Can't wait to talk some crazy shit later on. Stuart Waller is here. Awesome videos. Have a good evening. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it, man. Nathan Mills is here. Yo, Jake, what's up, Nathan? How's it going? Yo, Nathan. That's what I say. That's what I say back. Yo, yo. Melanie's new to the chat. Well, welcome, Melanie. Welcome. You get to watch this sweaty weirdo scream a bunch of horror nonsense at you. It's going to be a great time. Well, welcome on in, Melanie. Welcome to the KillJoy cult, as they say. Sean is here from Zomleader Studios. What's up, what's up? Sean just got a boner, as you can see. Boing. Oh, shit. Barry Dreamer is here, too, saying, yo, Jake, hope you're well, buddy. I'm fucking fantastic, Barry. I'm losing my mind over here. Oh, things are great. Love talking with people about horror and shit. It's awesome. Blood, guts, kills. Let's talk about a bunch of crazy shit. Mr. Horror saying, so hyped for Scream 7 and Terrifier 3. Me too, my friend. My two most anticipated movies moving forward. And honestly, Scream 7's not even announced yet. But is it going to happen? Yeah, of course it is. Come on. Of course it's happening. I can't wait. Listen, Scream 6 did so well at the box office. You can't tell me they're not going to make at least one more. You know, someone was on the last stream I was just on, was saying that Halloween Ends was like a failure. And like, listen, I wasn't crazy about it, but it still made $100 million at the box office. And it probably would have made more if it didn't release on Peacock the same day as its theatrical release. So I don't know. I mean, like, even though that movie is widely not something that people really dug, it still made a bunch of money. Still had Halloween in the title, so still put butts in seats, as they say. So I think even if Scream 7 totally sucks, which God forbid, maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be great. Fingers crossed, maybe. I think it'll make money. At the very least, it won't be a failure. I can tell you that much. Nerdy Mastermind is saying, hot take. Scream needs to move past Sydney. Either give her a happy ending or kill the character. I didn't miss her in 6. Ooh, a hot take. But what I will say, Nerdy Mastermind, is I think that Scream needs to move past the nostalgia baiting legacy character thing. Like, bring Sydney back with a purpose. Don't just bring her back and do a Gil Weathers thing where it's like she's just kind of hanging out and, you know, maybe she gets a chase and maybe gets killed. I don't want to see that. I want to see Sydney come back and play a big role and maybe even be targeted by our new Ghostface. I don't want to see Sydney come back and just do fucking nothing. That would suck. Like, I'd be like, really? You finally brought Sydney Prescott back, this beloved, amazing character, and she does nothing? Like, that would suck much more than if she wasn't in the movie, in my opinion. Like, I can't even imagine if she, like, I think Beyond the Mask did a video today talking about how Neve Campbell's role in Scream 6, if she was going to even be in it, was going to be so minimal to the point where it just, what was even the point? It's like, I think that would have been worse, personally. Like, I love Neve Campbell, I love Sydney Prescott, but I don't want them to bring the character back and just do nothing with her. Like, then you're just being a dick to some of the longtime fans who love these characters and want to see them actually participate in the mystery and the murders. Maybe they almost get killed this time, you know? There's some danger there, something to be excited about. But then you're just going to do nothing with that? It's like, really? Like, I don't know. I would rather them just not have the legacy characters in there at all, personally, because I don't want them to suck. I don't want any version of Sydney Prescott or Gale Weathers in my mind to not be as good as something from the past. So I would, me personally, either put them in there with the purpose or don't have them there at all. And I don't know. It's something that seems to be very controversial, but I want it to be good. I don't want it to suck. Toby Show's throwing $2 in there as well. Thoughts on AI? Fuck AI, baby. Fuck that shit. I don't want it anywhere near my goddamn movies or my TV shows. None of that. I'm very strongly against AI, and of course, a huge supporter of the WGA and SAG-AFTRA, who are currently striking, trying to get not only this bullshit out of Hollywood, but also trying to get better wages for our friends who make all these wonderful things that we talk about every single day. So, in that case, fuck AI, and fuck all these people who are not giving people enough money to make the things we all love so much. It's crazy. Like, it's an insane world we live in right now. We have these, huge CEOs saying all this crazy shit about the writer's strike, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, my friends. So what I say is, yeah, just fuck it. I really can't even express anything more, more than that. Fuck that shit. I don't want it anywhere near my new movies or nothing. I can already tell you, I've definitely seen some movies that were written by AI. I'm not going to say what, because that's pretty demeaning, because I don't have evidence for that either. I don't, but man, there have been some movies in the past couple of years that I can't even believe are real and made money at the box office. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say, Toby, but thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate your support, my friend. Let's go WGA. Let's make this strike. Let's make it happen. Let's make this work. Let's get better wages. Humans writing fucking movies too. It's crazy we even have to talk about it, in my opinion. It's insane. Edward Black is here too. What's up? I am Edward Black. Welcome, welcome. What's up, what's up? You need a new Michael Myers film? I feel it. I feel it, man. I want another one too. Halloween Kills, we got that one at least. We got that, and that was a lot of fun. And Halloween 2018, of course, was great. So, what is Wes Craven's best movie in your opinion? I mean, like, there's an argument to be made that Nightmare on Elm Street is his best, but me personally, I like Scream the best. I think Nightmare is so fucking awesome though, and like, I don't know, it's really tough to say because I think they're both great for completely different reasons. Even though they are slashers and kind of like molded the genre in different ways in two different parts of time, it's insane. Like, the way Wes Craven's influence affected the slasher genre is more than anyone, I would say, had an influence on the genre. Like, he made it silly in the 80s, and then he made it like super serious again in the late 90s. I mean, not super serious, a little more serious. Horror could be taken seriously again after Scream came out. There were so many sequels that were just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, Evan. And then Scream comes out and it's like, oh, actually, we know what you're thinking. we know what you're thinking about these slasher movies that have gotten repetitive. And we're like, here we go. Bam. We're going to have characters that also feel that same way. Totally different. I love that shit. I mean, a lot of that can be accredited to Mr. Kevin Williamson, but look at Wes Craven's new Nightmare just 2 years before this one. Very similar wavelengths these two fellas were on together, and I just feel like this marriage between Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven, it's what basically revived the slasher genre in the 90s. It's awesome. So is that more important than what Nightmare on Elm Street did? I think that's very, very, very arguable. So that's a really not an easy question to answer, Evan. That's what I'll say. And also, thank you for the $1, Evan. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Some good questions, and you're supporting the channel, Evan. I love ya. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate ya. SpongeBob AI is dreadful. I've seen that shit, man. I can't, like, what the hell? Like, we're just letting AI make content and people are watching this. I don't get it. Don't support AI. Don't watch Secret Invasion. Don't support anything with AI. I couldn't stress that enough. Sarah Campbell saying, I can't tell you how many times someone from corporate has mentioned implementing AI in my department. Sir, I'm human resources. Damn right, Sarah. You're a human being. We don't want no robots. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that Skynet shit. Fuck that. I like humans. Robots can go fuck themselves. There we go. I said it. I said it. I'm saying this like this is like this crazy, like, controversial thing. Oh, man. Robots fucking suck, man. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the old robots. Snarling Carling, what's going on, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Nathan Mills is saying we need a new villain versus villain. Ooh, like Freddy versus Jason, but with two different characters. You know, we really need a counter to Art the Clown. Like, we have this great new slasher villain right now, like, basically in his prime, moving into Terrifier 3. We need somebody else along the same wavelength. Throughout the 80s, you know, you had like Freddy and Jason constantly pumping out movies in both of those respective franchises. We need something like that to go up against Art the Clown. I think that would be perfect. It's so fitting, too. I mean, Terrifier is inherently a little goofy. We need another franchise that's maybe just as goofy or maybe even goofier, and also very bloody and gory, just like most of the Friday movies and a lot of the Nightmare movies, too, to come at each other, battle, and see what comes of it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yurdy G is here. What's up, Yurdy? How's it going, man? Bro, after 3 rewrites, my script that we talked about... Oh, no way, man. Let me know when to book your flight. Ah, shit. Okay, Yurdy. Shit. We got to do this, and I got to get on the podcast sometime. So I'm going to... After this stream, old Jake is going to message you. I'm very excited. That is really awesome shit. Oh, I would love to do that, Yurdy. I will keep you updated, dude. That's fantastic. Very good news. Very good news. Snipes Entertainment is saying Mike Flanagan needs to save the slasher genre. I don't like comedy and horror. That's fair. It doesn't always work for me. I think I think the best horror comedies really rise to the top because there's so many that don't work. Like, look at something like Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead. Like, these are killer fucking movies. But then you have things like Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Like, I just don't care for that movie. It's just not very funny. When the humor doesn't land, it makes the horror suffer. So, like, if you're gonna do a horror comedy, both facets have to be fucking 10 out of 10s or it's not gonna work. So I'll give you that, Snipes Entertainment. It can really be a detriment to horror films if you don't do it right. But sometimes it is done right. You know, sometimes it is, and it's killer. Evan, again, thank you for the buck, Evan. I really appreciate that. Thank you. The support is greatly appreciated. You all are the best. Thank you. Whoop. Oh, okay, there we go. Back at it. Joey XYZ is saying, I want a character who will be a what? Vampa can't be gory, everything. So you want hot girls, you want vampires, you want gore. Okay, hey man. All the power to you, Joey. Ethan the Goat is saying, yo, I need advice. What? You're asking me for advice on how to talk? Wow. Oh my God, what is going on? What is this stream? What is going on here? This one girl I'm talking to said her favorite Halloween timeline was the Rob Zombie timeline. Is this a red flag and should I be concerned? This is one of the weirdest questions I've ever gotten. I feel like it's going to be a weird stream, but that's a good thing. What's wrong with weird? What I'll say is everyone's got some weird takes. All right, everyone's got some weird takes, and that's okay. That's totally fine. I remember when I started talking to this girl maybe like 2 years ago who's like, Saw sequels are the best. Screw that original. Love the sequels. And I was like, okay. I'm like, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a crazy opinion. I've never heard that before, so that's interesting. I love when people offer like a wild take like that. That's just something so different. I remember I was talking to my friend recently about Evil Dead Rise. They weren't a fan. Like, she specifically just didn't like it because of the story. Like, she felt like there wasn't enough story. It was mostly just about the blood and guts. I disagree with that personally, but it's interesting to hear that side of it. Like, I love when someone throws a completely different take out there about like something that I've been like I'll say shit about the Scream franchise where I'm like, this needs to happen, and someone will throw a counterpoint at me, and I'm like, oh, kind of makes me think a little bit. Like, my opinion on Scream 3 has vastly changed over the years because I've listened to other people, and I'm like, you know, that's actually a pretty good point. That's actually, wow. So listen to other people and what they say. I think it's interesting. You may learn something and find a new perspective on something you might have disliked or might still like, but you're like, oh, maybe there's more to this than that or whatever. So listen, hear people out. People always have some crazy shit going on. You never know. You never know, my friends. Johnny Hideout UK is throwing £5 out there. Johnny, I really appreciate it. Thank you for the 5, my friend. I appreciate the support. Saying, I am doing a talk/debate about AI for my horror group, The Hideout, and where we may be in the next 10 years. I so wish you could be here for it. I would love to. Man, I wish I could too. I wish I wasn't in Ohio. If I was out there in the UK, I would. I'd come out there. It'd be fun. Yeah, what I'll say is I would love to see a lot of horror movies talking about AI again. Like, listen, there's countless robot or AI themed horror movies out there. Ex Machina, Terminator. These are some of my favorites. Black Mirror has touched on the subject. I would love to see more of that, but more respective to what is going on right now in the world. Like how writers are being replaced by AI. Give me a story about that. Give me some kind of weird horror take on that. I would love that. I would love to see something like that. We kind of, actually, Black Mirror really did that very well, I think, in the first episode of the new season that just came out. They talk about how, like, here's a show, and it's made specifically about, like, this random person on the planet and how they're absolutely, like, the worst person ever. We're going to show you all the dark sides of this person, and we're going to, like, regenerate them with AI or whatever the fuck. I think that is just so interesting. I would love more movies and TV, like, kind of talking about that, criticizing what's going on in the world right now, and, kind of making the targets in real life. I love social commentary and horror. I've always felt like horror does that the best. I don't know. I would love to see more stories about that, raise more awareness. I've talked to so many people who, like, just don't even know what's going on with, like, the WGA or the strike in general. They're like, why is this even happening? I want my movies right now. And I get it. I get it. Trust me. I want movies and TV shows just right now. I do too. But there are really important things that have to happen right now so that we can keep getting those things and they can keep being amazing and not written by robots and, just a cheap outlet to just get more product out. That sucks. We have to have a balance between getting stuff out versus creating art. There has to be a balance there. And when it goes to one side or the other, something has to change. And that's where we're at right now. It's fallen a little too far into the business side of things. We got to get things back to the middle. And I'm seeing it in a lot of popular blockbusters that are not doing very well at the box office. I mean, I haven't even seen Indiana Jones yet, but it made like 200 million barely. Like, that movie should be pulling in way more than that. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But there's a lot of blockbusters like The Flash, for instance, that are flopping hard because, like, no one's going to see them. And it's just because the word of mouth is that this movie's so bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's fine, but it could be way better. Like, watch the Flashpoint animated, like, movie. Watch that animated movie, compare it to this new film. It doesn't even compare. The animated movie's a million times better. And it's just because they stayed true to the source material. It wasn't all about the big cameo appearances and, CGI Nicolas Cage. It wasn't about that. It's about a good story at its core, and we're losing that in Hollywood, and it's a shame. And it's due to things like this. It's because we want more product. We want more stories out there so we can make more money off of things. But if you were just to put out something really fucking good, just one thing that's like fan-fucking-tastic, which happens still, even in this environment, we would be way more successful. Studios would be making money, and we forget this sometimes. And that's why things like strikes have to happen. So that's a really nice way to put that, but unfortunately it is probably a pretty awful situation right now. So hopefully they make it work. Sorry, I'm getting off my soapbox. I know, I'm preaching too much, but support the WGA, support SAG-AFTRA, stop. I see so many dumbasses on Twitter who have no idea what's actually going on. Just support them. If you don't want to do the research, trust me. Trust me or do the research. Like, don't be saying stupid shit on Twitter to support CEOs of companies that are pulling in $27 million fucking dollars a year, as Hellboy said in that one Twitter video. So just trust me, my friends. Johnny, thank you for the £5. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you. Real quick, Evan is talking about Asteroid City. I really want to see this. I love Wes Anderson, love his movies. I think he's amazing. You thought it was trash. That makes me sad because it looked really good. I got to check it out, though, at some point. I have not had time. Jake is working on a movie himself at the moment. So you guys will, like, actually really soon, you guys may get a little update on that. We had a big meeting this past weekend. I can't say any more than that. But finally, I'll be able to talk about it soon here. So, God, I can't wait. Asteroid City, though, I gotta see this one. Love Wes Anderson. If you haven't watched any of his movies, I couldn't recommend them more. They're definitely not for everybody, but they're weird as fuck. Not really horror related at all either. But hey, you know, they're good. Look, good movies are good movies. Not all of them have to have blood and guts in them, but I just prefer them with people dying, guts spraying on the walls. That's typically my favorite kind of shit. Johnny is once again throwing £5 in there. Once again, Johnny, I really appreciate the support. Thank you, my friend from the UK. Saying, interesting you mentioned that because I'm writing a script with a buddy about AI. Very nice. Don't use AI to write it, which will be very controversial. Would love to pick your brains. Absolutely, man. I'm down. Hit me up. Make a good script. Make a good script. Trash on AI. That'll be really funny. I would be all about that. So very good stuff. We'll actually talk about horror moving forward. I apologize, everybody. I'm just, oh God, you read so much shit about the stupid shit going on in the world sometimes, and you're just like, ugh. I just want to get up on my soapbox and I want to take a shit on some of these people who are saying dumb shit about our poor writers who just want to make a fair living. Like they're literally fighting for a fair living, and some of y'all are like, yeah, fuck that shit. It's like, what? I don't know. Oh, crazy. It's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. I got to get off the soapbox. I apologize. But Johnny, all the power to you, my friend. Write a great script. Write a killer script. Make it something really fun. Thank you for the 5 again. I really appreciate that. Oh God, I gotta stop. I'm so excited. I get all excited about things, and it's crazy. Terrifier 3 has stopped production as well. The actors and Damien are in full support. Hell yes, Aaron. I wouldn't expect them to film during this time. I wouldn't expect that. I actually, it's really funny. Lauren Lavera on Twitter was even just, she's been talking about it a lot. I can't imagine they would go into production for the film while all this is going on. So yes, lots of productions, most productions are stopping, which is nice. But yeah, we gotta just wait till this is over. We gotta get this done. I know, and trust me, I'm feeling the squeeze too. I am too. My whole job is movie news. I want the news. I want it to keep coming. But we have more important things to deal with right now. We got to get this thing underway. We got to make it happen. And then we'll get killer movies after it's all over. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We will see Terrifier 3. I promise it'll happen. But let's get this out of the way first. Let's make this fair so the people that entertain us get paid correctly. Don't waste your time on Asteroid City if you like Wes Anderson. Shit, I can't read. But this one is one of the most trash movies. Besides that, do you think Terrifier 3 will become a trio of clowns since it's the 3? Great question about Terrifier 3. I did a video about this. I want to say like last week. It's a more recent video. I talked about like it's going to be the bride of Terrifier. You're going to have old Vicky being a clown in this next one alongside the little pale girl and of course, Art the Clown, the clown himself. I think that would be really cool, and I don't think that would overcomplicate it. Something I was worried about going into Terrifier 2 is when Damien Leone was talking about how there's this sinister entity that brought, Art the Clown back to life, and I'm like, are we introducing another antagonist here? Is this going to work? And I think it works really well in Terrifier 2 to have the little pale girl running around killing people because, well, first of all, the performance is amazing. Like, she's incredible. She totally buys into it. It's great. But on top of that, I feel like they understood that, like, we're here for this. We are here for Art the Clown to be killing people and having a good time, and the movie is not short of that at all. So as long as they understand that, like, Art has to be the leader here and has to be the one killing people at the forefront, we can have these other side antagonists, too, that are part of the Art the Clown possession family, whatever the fuck is going on, which we still yet to really have answers to with the fantastical side of Terrifier. I think it'd be fun. I think so. Yes, I do think there will be 3 killers, 3 clown type killers in the next one. Think about, the eyes glow from the characters that are part of this thing, whatever it is. We saw that not only from Art the Clown, like in All Hallows Eve, his eyes glow. We saw it from the little pale girl in the last movie. And then right at the end, the very last shot of Terrifier 2, we get Vicky with her one eye glowing like that. And I was like, ooh, that's really spooky. So I think that's going to be the case for the next movie, but we'll just have to see. I'm excited. I can't fucking wait to see what they do next. I hope they do the same thing with Terrifier 2, where they just pick right up, right where we left off. And all those characters we saw at the what was it, the fucking hospital or whatever, they all just start getting killed. Psychiatric hospital. That would be really cool. Hollywood Guy's throwing $5 out there again, saying, Jake, I canceled my Netflix subscription for Tubi. Netflix is too expensive. Well, it's done. Hollywood Guy, I just did the same thing. I just canceled all of my streaming services. I have decided that if there's something on streaming I really want to watch, it's an exclusive, I will watch it with a friend or something. And if there's a movie I really want to watch, I'm just going to buy it moving forward. I'm just going to use the, fucking nearly $100 that, I was spending on these crazy streaming services a month. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm canceling that, and I'm just gonna buy the movies. like why waste all this money if I'm like, what if I don't? There are months where I don't have time to sit down and watch shit. Like I get really busy. Shit's really busy right now. There's no point in me having a Netflix subscription. So I'm like, I'm just going to save that money. And then if I want to watch a movie, I'm going to order it on Amazon. So I don't blame you for that at all. Tubi's fantastic too. The ads are a little annoying sometimes, but it's better than paying fucking $20 a month for HBO Max. That's insane. Fuck that shit. I'd rather keep the 20. You know what I'm saying? So I feel it. Sorry, Jake is on a tirade today. I'm going on this crazy rant right now. I don't know what's going on, but Hollywood Guy, I respect it, man. I respect it. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The Laser Cat is back. I love it. Laser Cat with bread on his head. My favorite soldier. I salute you, my friend. Nice. I kind of want to see Terrifier 1 in theaters this weekend. Is anyone going to see it? Frank G and all my friends out there who want to see Terrifier 1 in the theaters, please listen up, because this is very, very, very important. I was going to go this weekend, and then holy shit, like there is no theaters playing past Wednesday that is anywhere near me. So I did a short about this today, but I'm well aware that not everyone's able to see that shit. Go on the website right now, buy tickets for Wednesday. Just do it. Like, clear your schedules if you want to see it, because otherwise you're probably going to have to be driving 120 miles. Now, I'm in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, so might be different for my fellas in different parts of the country. It's only United States, which really sucks, but it is playing in like 700 theaters across the country, which is really cool. So if you're in the United States, see Terrifier 1 on Wednesday. You might not be able to see it after that, though, unfortunately. So depending on where you're located, like, at least for me, the website was showing like there's a bunch of shit playing on Wednesday, and then after that, there's literally nothing. Like, I have to drive like to Columbus, which is like over 2 hours away from where I'm at right now. And like, I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. Like, that's just too much of a drive. I can't afford that. That'd be awesome if I could, but so try to get tickets if you can. If there's more tickets later on in the week, good for you. Hell yeah. Congratulations on not living in the middle of fucking nowhere like me, but get your tickets. Get them before they're gone. I don't know how many more times Terrifier 1's going to be in the theaters. So Bride of Terrifier, that's the kind of thing I meant. Yes. Bride of Terrifier, baby. Love it, Joey. Very good stuff. Wrestling God is saying, I got a question. What Scream content YouTuber you want to see watch Red Right Hand? I'm trying to think. I know a lot of the ones that I know have seen it. Who else would I want to see it? I don't know. If Vincent DeSanti hasn't seen it from Womp Stomp, I mean, that would mean the world to me if he checked it out. He's like kind of the fan film king at the moment. He's got a new, Friday the 13th fan film coming out later this year, and I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to do a review of that. So I'd love, if he hasn't seen it, I'd love for him to see it. He did give us like a consultation visit. Like, we got to talk with him and about like making movies and all that, and he gave us so many good insights on what to do and how to plan. And he's amazing. The guys from Womp Stomp are incredible. Highly recommend subscribing to their channels if you are not already. Very good stuff. What else do we got here? You saw The Blackening. It was funny and a scary movie. Melanie, I've heard nothing but good things about this. I really, 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 really have got to watch it. I missed it because the trailer made it look like a bad, like, scary movie knockoff, and that's why I skipped it. But majority of people who've seen it are like, no, it's nothing like that at all. You have to watch it. The marketing must have just been really bad for this movie because, man, I saw that trailer and I was like, I am not interested. Like, that just doesn't look funny. But I guess it's really good. I got to check it out. I've even watched reviews where they say that exact same thing. They're like, people thought this was going to be like a scary movie type of thing. It's not that at all. And I'm like, thank God. I'm so thankful. Like, I've seen so many scary movie imitators that are just bad. Like, they just don't. I don't know. That was like it's a product of its time. Leave it there. I don't think you can make more scary movie style things. That's just my opinion. I feel like that was like that captured the humor of the thousands, and doing it now would almost be weird in a lot of ways. I just don't think today's audience it would work for. But I got to see this. Getting off of that topic, I got to see this movie. I want to review it. I've heard nothing but good things. Like, some people are saying it's one of their favorite horror films of the year, and I'm like, damn, really? Okay, shit, that's awesome. So I'm checking it out. I'm gonna check it out eventually. I promise. Once it comes out, I'm definitely gonna do a review or something. Netflix is $12 for 4 screens on T-Mobile. That's still just like insane. Like, that's nuts. I don't know. I ran through Better Call Saul recently. It's a show I've been wanting to watch for years. I fucking love Breaking Bad, so I'm like, I gotta sit down and watch this. And I just finished it, and then I canceled my Netflix, like right after I finished it. I'm like, that's the last thing I want to watch. I'll get it back in fucking 2030 or whenever, when Stranger Things season 5 finally comes out. But yes, I'm pretty done with streaming. I got to be honest, except for Shudder. Like, Shudder, I still have in Screambox. I will keep those forever. They have so many good selections on them. If you want to get into more weird horror films, so recommend them. So recommend them. Parker CS is saying, would it be cool if David Arquette came back as Dewey's long-lost twin brother who teams up with the Core 4 to seek revenge? Like, here's my thing. I love David Arquette. I love him. I would love to see him come back. But, like, it's got to work with the story. You know what I mean? It's got to work. It can't be something so far-fetched where it's like you look back at some of the other movies and you're like, well, where was Dewey's long-lost brother then? He's been lost this whole time? Like, I don't know. I don't want it to become Fast and Furious where we're just constantly introducing new characters played by big actors. Like, Fast X is enjoyable because it's not good. Like, that's why I loved that movie. It's just pure ridiculousness. It's almost a parody of what movies have become in a lot of ways, specifically blockbusters. But I just don't want the Scream franchise to turn into that. It's a great franchise. You can take it seriously, even though it has some really silly and goofy moments. I don't think we need to go full on into like almost parody mode moving into future films. I want it still to have that serious aspect to it that the series has had thus far. There are parts of 6 that step into that, like that worrisome, like, ooh, I'm starting to get scared here. I'm starting to get scared if this is too out there. I don't want that to happen for future Scream sequels. I really don't. I think we can keep making good movies, and Jamie Kennedy said it. I want to repeat it here. This franchise can go on forever. It really can. This is a great concept. We're not stuck to one killer, like Michael Myers or, Jason Voorhees from Friday and Halloween, respectively. Like, we can do a new killer every single time and make it something fresh every single time. You can constantly be reinventing yourself. Not every franchise can do that. Halloween tried to do that in the last entry, and it didn't work for a lot of people. I'm sorry that Halloween Ends is a constant punching bag of this channel, but everyone's familiar with it, and it kind of represents a lot of the things I don't like about movies, so that's why I bring it up all the time. I really don't hate it that much. I really don't. Like, I've actually said recently, it's grown on me a lot. But there's a lot of things that it does where I'm like, I just can't believe a movie like this would make those mistakes. It's crazy. I'll stop talking about it. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. But anyways, let's move forward here. What else we got going on? Morning Dew! What's up, my friend? How's it going? Saying, hey, Jake, what is your favorite horror theme song? My top 3 are Phantasm, Halloween, and The Exorcist. Great choices. I'm sure there are others I'm forgetting, though. Oh, dude, listen. Top 3. If that's your top 3, that's fucking fantastic, in my opinion. I really love anything Goblin puts out. Like, think like some old Argento films or like Dawn of the Dead. Suspiria is one of my favorites. I really love the music that they do. That's some of my favorite music in like horror movies. I think the Italian horror flicks really speak to me because for that reason, it's like they always have such a good soundtrack, and that kind of will make a horror movie even better. Like, I've seen really bad horror flicks with really good soundtracks, and I don't hate them because the vibe is so strong and so good. I'm kind of like, this isn't fantastic, but it's got some really good, like the score is so good, I kind of vibe with it. I kind of feel it, so I dig it. Those are some really good choices for sure. I think the only thing that I would Phantasm's so good, man. My top 3 would probably be like It Follows, Halloween, and damn, that's really tough. Maybe the original Scream. The original Scream's got some really good stuff, but it would almost be a sin not to have like a Goblin track or like some Philip Glass on there. Like that, it's really tough for me to narrow it down to 3. Like the Candyman theme song is like, do 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 do. I can't sing, but yeah, you get the point. I just butchered that, but it's good. It's good shit. I promise. It's not the bad singing that I just did. It's actually good. I want to thank Sarah Campbell for buying a membership, by the way. I kind of forgot to say something about that. It doesn't pop up on my little screen over here, so I kind of miss it. But thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. Giving a membership to May Ann. Oh, very nice. Sarah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Melanie's asking if I've seen all of the Stephen King movies. I think I've seen all of them. Potentially. I'm pretty sure I've seen all of them. I did a ranking video on them like years ago. It was one of my first videos I did on this page. I'm sure that video did not age well because I promise I have gotten better at talking just in the past 3 years. But yeah, I've probably definitely seen all of them. Maybe there's something I've missed in the past couple of years. I know there's like a new Pet Sematary that's coming out sometime soon. But I fucking love Stephen King movies. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Graveyard Shift is a very underrated one, too. This is one that I don't see getting talked about as much. It's a shame. Graveyard Shift is so good. It's so gross and weird. I highly recommend it. I'm trying to think what else. Fucking The Dead Zone, David Cronenberg film. Highly recommend that one as well. A bit of a slow burn, but it's pretty fantastic. It's a great story. It's really interesting, and it's a little dark. It's a little dark. Really good movies though. Those are I try to recommend underrated stuff that not as many people talk about. So those are 2 killer horror flicks if you have not seen them though. It Follows is all around a goated movie. Richard, I couldn't agree more. The soundtrack, the characters, the story, the concept. Ugh, chef's kiss. One of my favorite horror films of all time. Killer movie. Love it. Devontae Arnold is saying they need a reboot Tales of the Crypt. Love that show back in the day. That would be really cool. That would be awesome. The Creep Show revival over on Shudder has been pretty fun. It's a little hit or miss from what I've seen, but when it hits, it hits. Really good stuff. Anthology horror is really coming back in full swing. VHS 94 and 99 did like fucking phenomenal over on Shudder. Both are like the highest like viewed movies for like original content over on Shudder right now, which is awesome. So like anything anthology, any anthology horror, definitely. Yes to that. That seems to be really popular right now, so. Parker CS is not a fan of Scream 2022 and Scream 6. Well, that's a shame. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's no good. HCF Paranormal is saying, hi, KillJoy Jake. Hi, HCF Paranormal. Hello. I like your profile picture. It's kind of creepy. I like it. There's a little fella in the middle there. He's just a little guy. Look at him. Look at him go. I like that. Logan C is saying, why are they making another Pet Sematary already? I'm not even sure if this is confirmed or not, but I know that there was plans to make like a sequel or prequel to the remake that came out in like 2019. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Logan. that movie was fine. I thought it did some really interesting things, but unfortunately all of those things were spoiled by the trailer. Like the biggest twist of the movie is spoiled by the trailer. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you serious? This would have been awesome if I hadn't seen the trailer. But I don't know. It was kind of one of those movies like The Black Phone where I'm like, this is great, but all like not Black Phone's a little different because not everything was spoiled by the trailer, but Pet Sematary, everything cool about that movie is in the trailer and it kind of sucks. But with Black Phone, I guess I didn't love it all that much. I gave it like a 7 out of 10 when I first watched it. Because, like, every jump scare is set up so fucking well, but they're all in the trailer. All of them. All the big jump scares are in the trailer. And I'm like, I saw this coming. Like, this would have hit really hard if I hadn't seen that trailer. But, damn. I don't know. Some trailers really aren't that bad. Like, you know, we complain sometimes, but you know, you see the movie and you're like, okay, that was pretty enjoyable. That was cool. But man, Black Phone and Pet Sematary, I'm just like, those really, really hurt those movies. It's a shame. Logan is saying, I want a Shudder subscription. What are your recommendations? I recommend it. This is my favorite streaming service at the moment. I think they not only put out great originals, but they also get like these weird underground horror movies that you might not have heard of. Take a chance on some of them. Some of them are really good. You'll find stuff where you're like, damn, I can't believe I've never watched this. This is fantastic. I'm trying to think of, I watched something about like, I can't even remember the name of the movie, but it's these three girls and they're all like at this like secluded house for the weekend with a pool and all that, and like this alien attacks them. Really good movie over on Shudder. I think it was an original if I remember correctly, but there's so many little weird like offshoot horror movies on there that you've never even heard of that are so good. And you're like, damn. You know, it's not going to be that every single time. You're going to, you know, there's misses here and there, of course, but you'll find something on there where it's like, this is wildly original and I can't believe I've never seen it before. Like, this is great. I live for that shit. I live for that, like, new concept of something. It's awesome. It's always fun. Wrestling God is saying, hey, Jake, here's another question. Hit me with it, my friend. Well, when did you had to say in your podcast by saying Halloween Resurrection is a great movie? Did I say that? After I was like, I don't like it because of what they did with Michael. I don't think I said it was a great movie. I think I said that if you watch it as not a Halloween film, it's like, this is enjoyable at the very least, but as a Halloween film, it just completely misses for me. I think what I like about Halloween Resurrection is that it's got like a Scream vibe and feel to it, which is fun. I really like those kinds of movies, you know, late 90s, early 2000s slashers. So I think that's why I can enjoy Resurrection, but like I totally understand the hate for it. I'm not really crazy about it either, but I like the decision making with the plot is horrible. Like maybe the worst out of any of the Halloween movies, but the vibe, I'll give it that. It's got a good vibe. It's got a fun 1000s vibe to it that I kind of enjoy, but not much else to really write home about with this movie. I've had a few people tell me about that. They're like, man, I can't believe you like Resurrection so much. I'm like, no, but like you can say something positive about every movie. Even Halloween Ends has a killer opening scene, like one of my favorite opening scenes from the franchise. I'll give it that. I really will. Suspenseful, really nice setup and how they do it too. But after that, it just kind of falls apart for me. I'm sorry, punching bag. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I do that too much. Oh, we need a sequel to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'd be down for that. Some more PG-13 monsters. I'm here for it. Why not? I say yes to that. That movie was fun. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either, but I had a good time with it. It was really fun. I love the way the story flowed and all the creatures and monsters too that are right from some of the books that I remember reading when I was a kid and being horrified of. So yeah, I'm down for that. Hollywood Guy's throwing $2 out there. Hollywood Guy, thank you. You sure are a Hollywood guy, let me tell you. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's a good thing, I promise. Thank you so much for the 2. Saying, Jake, have you seen the movie Phone Booth? It's good. Is it about a phone booth that eats people? Because I'm in. Does it have like teeth and shit and starts like crunching down on someone? I'm down. I'm fucking down. I have not seen it, but I'll add it to the watch list, my friend. I'm writing it down. I'm literally writing it down right now, and it's going to take me a little long because I got to do a little timestamp thing. Phone booth. This phone booth's going to eat you. I can see the trailer right now. That'd be great. Hollywood Guy, thanks for the 2, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. May Ann's also throwing 2 in there. May Ann, I appreciate you. Thank you. Sarah doesn't allow me to renew. She's a ninja. She gets in there. She sneaks up. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you so much, May Ann, for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support, my friends. Scream 4 is my preferred canon ending, but I respect anyone who enjoys 5 and 6. Parker, you haven't given us a reason why you dislike them, though. That's my question. I want to know what you don't like about 5 and 6. Because I really enjoyed 5 and 6 for trying something new. 5 really sticks out in my mind for just having the balls to kill a main character. Like I know that's controversial. Something, everyone loves Dewey, of course. But I saw that movie and I was expecting they're just going to retread, some of the shit from the past. We've already seen Stu's house. Like, that's what the extent of this movie is going to be. And, sure, a lot of that movie, some of the third act, not all of it. It's to chalk up the third act to saying it's just, we're just rehashing the original. I don't think that's fair. But I think what I really like about 5 is that it breaks new ground. It doesn't just do the exact same thing after it really starts getting, once it gets started after the opening, which is admittedly very rough, it really gets going. I think once you get to the hospital with Dewey, that movie just flies until the end. I've never been crazy about the opening to it, but once Dewey dies, I'm like, I'm in. I'm locked in. Honestly, I didn't even like the movie up until that point. I was like, I am not, man, I can't, I was so worried. I'm like, I'm literally going to go home and give this shitty review to this movie that's been like my bread and butter for this page for the longest time. I was so horrified. I'm like, man, people are not going to like that. Everyone's going to like this movie, and I'm just not digging it. But Dewey died, and I'm like, okay, I respect these guys. They did something really risky in that first entry that I really appreciated. It's a controversial decision. Some people really hate it, and I respect that. I get it. But I love that they were able to do something that felt so taboo. And so, like, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, that's going to piss people off. And they just went and did it and saw what would lead with that. And I don't know. I dig it. I respect it. It was a huge shock. It's something I genuinely didn't expect. I knew that Jenna Ortega was going to live through the opening scene. I'm like, that's not, I don't know. I don't care for that personally. Give me an opening kill. You know, this is Scream. You know, I come on. I've never been crazy about the opening scene for 5, but the dialogue's fun. The fact that there's no kill even after Jenna Ortega, like, very clearly gets stabbed after right when the title card cuts in. What? Come on. People were mad that, Chad lived through 6, but I was kind of mad that Jenna Ortega lived through 5. I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, what happened to her? Did she catch the knife and fight off Ghostface? If that happened, I want to see it. Why didn't we get to see that? So I don't know. Me personally, I think 5's pretty good. I don't know. Just my opinion on it. I dig it. It's got, both of these movies, 5 and 6, and all of the Scream sequels, honestly, all have like huge flaws, but I love them all. They're all very fun. Alejandro saying he likes 5 better from the radios. I'm assuming from the Radio Silence movies, because Dewey's death hits hard. I felt emotions. I felt like some really strong emotions in 5, and that's what I'm looking for. That's why I come to the movies. I don't want to just be like, okay, everyone's alive and this has no consequences on the overall story. Cool. Like, that's kind of how I feel about the ending of 6. I really love it. It's still my favorite sequel, but if they had stuck that landing a little better and made it just a little more impactful, a little darker. This is a horror movie at the end of the day. Come on. You can't everything can't be sunshine and rainbows at the end. We can't always, have a Demi Lovato song to hang out in at the end of a movie. Sometimes it's got to be a little dark, and this was the darker movie, and it ends happier than the first one. I'm like, I just don't agree with that. I don't know. Should have been a darker ending, in my opinion. Wendy Murray's throwing $2 out there. Wendy, I appreciate you for the support. Thank you. I love your cute little dragon. It's fucking awesome. Saying, have you seen Renfield? Yes, I did a little review on Renfield, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. I don't think it was, like my favorite horror comedy ever, but it was cool. I had some really good moments when Nicolas Cage was on screen. It was fucking fantastic. Some of the side characters I wasn't crazy about. I don't know. I watched it again, and I starting to like Awkwafina's character a lot less. That's what I'll say. I think the subplot with her and like her like the cop dad and all that, I don't know. I wasn't as crazy about on the second time. Didn't really bug me the first time, but second watch I was like, I don't know. But Nicolas Cage is so fucking good. I love Nicholas Holt's a great lead as always. And I can't remember his name, but John Ralphio from fucking Parks and Rec is so good in that movie too. So I enjoyed Renfield. It was fun. I don't see it making my top 10 list for like the end of the year for 2023 horror flicks, but it was good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to see it early too. So Wendy, thank you for the $2. Really appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Yes, Sean, exciting things are ahead. Ooh. Oh, we got some exciting things. Holy shit. Oh my God. If it's, oh, you know what? Mayanne is actually talking about one of the exciting things we have. So I worked on a short film at the end of last year and kind of trickled into this year as well called Sin Eater. And I'm very excited for you guys to see it soon. It's coming from director Darjan Bentley, who you may know from this channel. He's a very familiar face. He's incredible. Love him. Love working with him. I'm excited to work with him again in the future. And I got to give the credit where credit's due. My man made this short film. We helped him out. I kind of ran sound and hung out on set, really. That's all I really did. But it's a really fucking cool story. I am so excited for you guys to see it. I can't tell you anything about, plot details or whatnot, but Darjan did make it public. Like, this is something that's happening, so I can talk about it. I'm excited for you guys to see it. It's fucking badass. It's shot gorgeously by Mr. Andrew Oliver, and it's going to be really good. I don't know what else to say. It's a killer little horror short film that's going to blow your guys' minds. One of the better things I've been a part of on a technical level, too. So, Frank G is saying, Jake, do you think we'll get a new Halloween film in the franchise, hopefully titled Halloween Returns, Halloween Returns, in 2028 for the 50th anniversary? Of course we will. Because even if it sucks, we got to sell DVDs. We got to sell DVDs, we got to sell Blu-rays, 4Ks, maybe we'll have fucking 8Ks by then. Who knows? But yeah, of course we're going to get something for the 50th anniversary. Just like how they're rushing out The Exorcist Believer for the 50th anniversary of that film. So yes, most likely that is probably when we'll see Michael return, but who knows? You never know. Oh God, I'm worried for The Exorcist. I don't talk about it that much because I'm genuinely I feel like I'm going to be upset. I feel like I'm going to be upset when it comes out. The original Exorcist is actually one of my favorite horror films. I've seen a lot of people dogging on it recently, and I think that's because, a lot of people will go into that maybe with an older gentleman in the room who's saying, oh, this was the scariest movie of all time when I first watched it. And of course now, it's not. I'm sorry. It's just not the scariest movie of all time today in 2023. Back in 1973, though, holy shit, it was making people throw up like it was Terrifier 2. But, today's audiences, it's just a little different. So what I'll say is go into the movie thinking this was really scary in 1973. And to this day, a lot of it holds up. Is it the scariest film I've ever seen? No, but it's a really good horror film, and it's a bit of a slow burn. So you gotta be patient with it. You gotta be patient with a lot of movies, though. Some of the best movies you gotta be patient with because you get a better outcome. And this is absolutely one of those movies. I couldn't recommend it more. It's one of my favorites. Exorcist is a banger, so good. But this new one, I don't have a whole lot of hopes for. I don't think the Exorcist is like Hereditary, Midsommar. These movies don't need to be franchises. They're great one-offs, and that's all they need to be. And I love Exorcist 3. It's fun, but it's kind of its own thing, too, in a lot of ways. So I don't know. I'm dreading watching this movie because I'm I just don't think it's going to be good. I don't think we need a continuation. We don't need a requel for The Exorcist. We need a Nightmare on Elm Street requel. That we need. Not everything needs to be a franchise, I think. But some things do. Some things could be. But not everything. Am I excited for Stranger Things Tokyo 6? Ooh, no, I haven't even heard of this. I'll have to check it out. I knew that there was a Stranger Things anime coming out. I did not know this was the title for it, though. I'll have to check this out, Parker CS. Have to look more into this. I'm covering so many things, I don't even have time to look at other news. It's insane. Nathan Mills is saying, some of us new audiences are a different breed. We're a different breed. We can watch someone get murdered by Art the Clown for 20 straight minutes and really fucking enjoy it. It's insane. We've seen a lot of horror films. It takes a lot to scare modern audiences, I think, for sure. So, Morning Dew 93 is saying, have you seen High Tension? Yes, the movie caught me off guard when I first saw it. Quite the twist. I love the twist. It's very controversial, obviously, but I really dig it. There's one thing about it that doesn't make sense, and I can look past that because I think it's so good. And there's clues about this the whole time too. It's not just I think the first time you watch it, it's that came out of nowhere. That made no sense. Watch it again. No, it's there the whole time. Yeah, no, this was what was going on. And I appreciate that. I think it's really cool. Very different way to write a movie. It's a very out of nowhere twist. It's so subtle with the way they set it up. I thought it was done really well. I really enjoy it. French horror movies are just a different breed. You want to talk about a different fucking breed of movies. French horror movies. My God. That, and if you like high tension too, I recommend this movie called Inside. So good. Just a phenomenal thousands horror flick. It's maybe in my top 10 of all of the thousands. It's so good. It's super gory and hard to watch, but not in the same way as Terrifier is. Terrifier plays it for laughs. It's we're laughing at this fucking guy who's having a blast ripping apart these teenagers or whatever. It's this is inherently a little silly. Guy's laughing at it, you want to laugh with him. you don't want to laugh with Inside. Like, this is not a movie to laugh at. This is a movie to watch horrible things happen to innocent people, and it's awful. It's just, oh my God. There's a finger scene in that. That's all I'm going to say. That is one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch in a movie. And I do this shit for a living. Like, I watch horror movies to support myself, and this was too much for me. Couldn't recommend that movie more. Had a great time watching it the first time around. And that movie also has a phenomenal ending too. It's kind of it's a bit of an homage to another movie, but just watch it. Check it out. It's great. It's awesome. You grew up on 80s horror movies. I envy you. I got into 80s horror maybe a little later in life. I wish I had grown up with more of them, but very good films. Oh God, I've seen a lot of great 80s horror. What else do we got here? Have I seen Stay Alive? I have, where you get killed in the video game. It's fun. I'm not like losing my mind over it. I gotta show that to Matt. Matt would love that. My buddy Matt is like a huge video game aficionado. He of course co-directed Red Right Hand with me. He's the guy in the opening scene that gets killed with the chainsaw. I love the guy. He's awesome. He loves video games. He loves video game like horror adjacent stuff too. I'll have to show him this. I'm personally not crazy about the movie, but it's fun. It's a fun one. Do you think they can remake the movie People Under the Stairs? I know Jordan Peele was attached to this at one point, a project to remake this. I don't know if that's still happening or not, but I'd be down for it. I watched this one recently. I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's a really underrated Wes Craven flick if you haven't seen it. So People Under the Stairs is it's really cool. I see why it doesn't have like a huge audience, but I enjoy it. I like it. Jason Rushman is saying, "What's up, Jake? How's your day going?" It's Jason. Gave you a thumbs up, Jason. I appreciate that, my friend. My day's going fantastic. I'm on a live stream talking horror movies. No place better to be, in my opinion. So welcome. Come on in, sit on down, crack open your favorite drink, and let's talk. Let's bullshit about horror. Snarling Carling is saying, I put Inside off because I know it'll turn my stomach, and this is coming from an Art the Clown fan. Same here, dude. Same here. Like, trust me, I get it. It's a lot. It is a lot. But it's fun. Very fun. What are some of the most twisted horror movies you recommend? I want to watch something like Netflix's The Perfection. The Perfection was pretty disturbing. That was a good one. Oh, the ending of that one is something else. Here's what I'll say, my friend. I recommend Inside. We've been talking about that for like 20 minutes though, so I'm gonna get off that topic. Good movie though. Really good, like horrifying shit happening throughout it. Martyrs is a movie that is commonly roped in with something like a Serbian film, but I feel like they're two different animals. Like, Martyrs is a lot, and it's very disturbing and hard to watch, but it's a great story. Like, it is fucking phenomenal. So yes, it is really, there's a lot of disturbing shit. In the first 10 minutes, you'll know what I mean. Oh, God. But I rewatched that one recently, too, and it's just a really good movie. Like, some of these movies that you hear about that are like, oh, this is like too much, Human Centipede. Oh God, that's too much. Some of these movies actually have great stories and should be talked about more, and not in the sense of like, this is just trying to be the grossest, like worst horror movie you've ever seen. No, like Martyrs is really extreme, but it's a great fucking story. Like, don't watch that if you're in a bad mental space or whatever, because there's a lot of psychological horror with it too, but it's a very rewarding watch and experience, and it's very dark. Some movies are just really dark, and they have to be for the type of stories that they're telling. Martyrs is a great example of that. Human Centipede is obviously like just trying to be the grossest thing you've ever seen. People connecting their mouths to other people's butts. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah. Of course, that was the goal of that film. Just like the sequels that are increasingly more gross than the last. How they're able to do it, honest to God, I don't fucking know. But they're nasty. Ooh, they're nasty. Matt might... Oh, we watched... I've actually shown him the House of the Dead movie. That's funny. Matt might want to skip House of the Dead. I thought it was great as a kid, then watched it a few years ago, and wow. Sarah, I'm right there with you. I loved this movie when I was younger, and like watching it now, I'm like, this is so fucking atrocious. Oh my God, what a movie. I love those games too. Like, oh my God, House of the Dead 3 was my shit growing up. You take me to Dave and Buster's, I will literally play this game the whole fucking time. That's all I'll do. Love it. Love those games so much. But that movie is, I'm good. I'm all good. Oh, House That Jack Built. Another one that's just so dark, but the story is fantastic. Couldn't recommend that more. Sean, we got to watch Antichrist. I still haven't seen that, but I hear that Willem Dafoe's penis was too big that they couldn't use it for the screen, which which makes me want to watch it more, honestly, more than anything. Cannibal Holocaust. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it personally. Raw's fantastic. Aftermath short film. I haven't seen that. Very cool. From 1994, and it's 8mm. Okay, I'm into it. But Raw, yeah, Raw and Titan. I've heard it pronounced both ways. So good, such good movies. Very extreme, but very good. Same with The House That Jack Built, just a fucking masterpiece. Remember your horror platform fighter? Yes, I finished the roster. You have horror icons like Art, Norman, or Michael, but then you have IRL horror celebrities like James from Dead Meat. Nice. Very nice, my friend. I'm excited to play it when it comes out. Very excited. Ashley is saying, what about the Dead Don't Die movie? Oh, that's like that Bill Murray zombie movie. And what's his face is in it? Like Adam Driver's in it too. I wasn't crazy about it personally. I don't know. I don't even know what I disliked about it. Like it's dry humor, which I find very funny. But then there's things about it that I'm just like, I don't know if this works. You know, like there's the humor is really well done, but it almost feels misplaced in that movie, if it makes sense. It's like, I kind of wish this was just a straight up horror film with Bill Murray. Like, what would that look like, you know? And I don't know, there's parts of that movie that don't work for me. And like, there's some weird meta moments, if I'm remembering it correctly. I only saw it once, but it was odd. It was odd and very different, and I appreciate it for being different, but I don't know if it all worked for me. Excuse me. What's going on back here? Sean, did you watch Chopping Mall yet? Oh, dude, we got to watch that. Oh, shit. Sean, we got to watch Chopping Mall. We got to do that in Antichrist. That would be a really fun double feature. We'll have to do that one sometime. Slenderman could work for a movie. 2018 just didn't execute it well, I hear. Yeah, Slenderman and like the lore behind it, I think is really interesting. I love like creepypasta shit. A lot of that is so interesting to me, but the 2018 movie doesn't work because they just kind of gave up with the plot at one point in the movie. Like you'll know the spot. Like there's a spot where it's like they just kind of gave up. They're like, you know what? We just want to do Slenderman jump scares for the rest of this, and that's all we want to do. And I'm like, okay, movie, I guess. Very weird. Very weird. So I don't know what was up with that. But I think there are some great jump scares in that Slenderman movie. It's just the plot is, I don't know, it's just not very good. Doesn't really work for me. Sarah Campbell is talking about my second channel. I'm not doing the gaming thing anymore. It's an incredible thing to break into. It would be really difficult. I'd have to dedicate a lot of time to that, I think. So I'm not going to do the gaming anymore. I am going to do movie updates in general there. The shorts are really working on this page, is something I've been noticing. So I'm going to start doing like shorts on a bunch of little updates for movies over on that page real soon here. Working on it. But Jake's very busy at the moment. But as soon as I get some time, going to really start to do that. And, you know, once there's bigger updates movie-wise, I'll start to talk about that. So GULLGOTHA, it's going to be a movie channel again. The gaming thing is just, it's going to take me years. And I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can commit that much time to playing video games. I already got so much on my plate. So what else is going on, though? Have I seen Deadly Friend? I have not. I've heard very good things about it. My friend Craven Something Scary talks very positively about this movie. I have not seen it, though. It looks good, though. Looks very good. I will check it out for you, Melanie. I got you. Nighthawk is hanging out with us as well. What's up, Nighthawk? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome. Imagine a Stranger Things prequel set 1 billion years before, holy shit, before the show is set in the Upside Down. It's perspective of the Mind Flayer and the Demogorgons. Ooh, that's pretty fucking nuts. A billion years. If that title card dropped on me, that would be almost too much. 1 billion years earlier. I'd be like, holy shit, Stranger Things, what? We're setting this up. Damn, crazy. The fact that Radio Silence's next film is releasing on my birthday next year is crazy. Ooh. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I hope that doesn't get delayed too much. I'm kind of worried about that. honestly. I know they had to, I think this was one of the movies affected by the writer's strike. I don't know if they got it done in time or not, or what was going on with that, but may or may not be affected by the writer's strike. Now, I don't know off the top of my head, but something that I am worried about. Ashley saying never seen it. Horror Den is here. What's up, Horror Den? Saying writing my own Jeepers Creepers. Ooh, very nice. Only following the first two. I don't blame you. My story centers around a new protagonist, the Creeperess, who awakens to cause mayhem and to mate with the Creeper to start a new slasher family. Can you can you do something for me, Horror Den? Can you have like an awful scene where they're like boning and it's just horrible? Like it is just awful. Like horrible, like there's fluids spraying on the walls. They're just like making the most awful, disgusting creature noises you've ever heard. It's sloppy and disgusting. If you can give me that, I will sign up for this day one. I will check it out. That would be amazing. That's a heavy order. And a gross one, if at that as well. Lollipop Sanchez is saying, have you seen Smiley? Is this the YouTuber horror movie with like Shane Dawson in it? Is that what you're talking about? Because I have seen that, and that was pretty fucking bad. I've seen Smile, which is phenomenal. Completely different movie. But the Shane Dawson one, I am good. I'm all set. I'm all good on that one. Oh, that was something. I'm not a big fan of cats getting jizzed on, so I'm not really crazy about Shane Dawson. Melanie is saying, have you seen all of the Children of the Corn movies? I have, especially the new one. You've seen all of them. That's incredible. Damn. I don't know too many people who have sat through all of those movies. So that's impressive, Melanie. You should be patting yourself on the back for that. We should all be doing a round of applause for you. I have only seen the first two, and I watched parts of 3 because I wanted to see what the monster looked like. I have not watched the remake yet. I want to sit down and actually give 3 a good watch. I want to see more than just the monster shit. So I got to sit down and watch all those movies. I hear that Isaac comes back in one of the later movies too. So I got to sit down and watch those eventually. They're crazy. I'm not crazy about the second one though. I think that was kind of like the second one is such a dip from the first one in my opinion. It kind of just turned me off to it. But I want to give them another chance. I got to get some time to just sit down and watch all those movies. I like to watch things just one after another, especially when I'm doing a franchise. Like I did Terrifier 1 and 2 just back to back, almost like it was one long movie. And that was a much more rewarding experience, especially with Terrifier 1. I look on that original movie much more positively now. Because like there's so many things that 2 really adds to 1. Like you're laughing a lot more with Art the Clown. There are still, it's dips and some weird things in that first movie, but overall I fucking love it. Like I really it's been vastly improved in my opinion because of the sequel. So I don't know, you go back, you watch something, you're like, okay, that was actually pretty good because of this, that a sequel did. Sometimes sequels can have that effect on past movies. I really like that. Ty Lee is saying Clown versus Inside. Haven't seen either, and I want to watch one of them tonight. Ooh. Oh, Clown is so good, too. Another really dark movie, but so much fun. I think that Inside has a better ending overall. Clown is fantastic up until the ending, in my opinion. It's not horrible, not a horrible ending. It doesn't, like, completely whiff the movie, but it's just not as, like... when you see a movie and you're like, this is great, but then you get to the climax and it's just absolutely not the most exciting part of the movie. That's kind of how I feel about Clown. Like there are so many good moments throughout that entire flick that keep getting better and better and better. And then it starts to go just a tiny step down at the climax. And I'm like, damn, like it's almost like this should have been the climax instead versus what we actually got. And I don't know. There's a scene right before it where you're at, I'm not even going to spoil that. There's just a scene right before the climax where I'm like, this was definitely better than the ending we actually got. But I really love both films. I would recommend Inside, though, just a little more over Clown. But both are fantastic. Oh, God. I love both of these so much. Both of them feel very Eli Roth. I know, like, Clown actually is produced by Eli Roth, but damn, Inside actually gives that vibe a little, too. So both are good. Both are very good. What's up with Blank of the Live? So we're getting a new Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's very much so rumored, Nighthawk, that a new Nightmare is in the works. Nothing is confirmed at the moment, but with how horror is doing at the moment, especially with the requels making so much money, it would almost be crazy for them to not do a Nightmare on Elm Street movie right now. I mean, like, even look at the 2010 movie. Like, it's not good. I'm not crazy about it, really. I think it's not the worst in the franchise. Hot take. There are some bad Nightmare movies, trust me. But it still made, like, over $100 million. Like, I can't believe they never made another Nightmare on Elm Street, even after that. It's kind of crazy to me, honestly. So we should definitely get another one of these, in my opinion. I think a modern Nightmare on Elm Street is exactly what we need right now. Especially with Terrifier being so successful and absolutely being in the same vein as those original films. So I don't know why we haven't gotten one, frankly. We need to make that happen. That would be great. Oh, shit. Did Sarah finally watched Terrifier 2? I got to hear this. Saying, I watched it the other day and I felt ill. They're just not for me with peace and love. Oh, man. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, though. Pretty nasty, but pretty fun. Lauren Lavera is so good in that fucking movie, too. Like, she makes that something really special, in my opinion. Love it. Nightmare 5 and 6 are worse than the remake. Nightmare 5's pretty fucking bad. I don't care for Nightmare 5, like, at all. That's probably my least favorite. But Freddy's Dead is, like here's the thing about 5 and 6. 5 is bad because it's bad. Like, 5 is just they just did not care about the writing. Some of the kills are horrible. Super Freddy is not good. Like, it's trash. That is a horrible setup to a kill. The characters are nothing remarkable. I don't know. But 6 is essentially the same movie, but they realize how dumb things have gotten, and they're like, let's just do this to the utmost extreme. Let's make this the most ridiculous, over-the-top horror film we can. And I appreciate that a little more about Freddy's Dead. I like it. Honestly, I really enjoy that movie. It's really funny. It works because it knows what it is. Nightmare 5 still thinks it's like the shit. And that's why I don't care for it. Like, it's just like, stop being so full of yourself, Nightmare 5. This sucks. And at least Freddy's Dead, like, leaned into that. And we're like, okay, yeah, this sucks, but let's have fun with it. And they have fun with it. It's a fun movie. I enjoy it personally. It's not good, but it's so bad it's good, in my opinion. I'll watch Freddy's Dead all day over, like, 2, 4, 5. I don't know. I just don't care for those. 3 is fine, but man, the third act of Nightmare 3 is so bad. I don't know. I don't get the love for Dream Warriors. I think the first 2 acts are really fun, and some of the characters are fine, but the third act where the kids have superpowers is so cheesy. I can't get into it. It's not for me, unfortunately. What do we got here? Lollipop Sanchez. I like that name. It reminds me of Lollipop Chainsaw, the crazy video game from back in the day, saying, have you seen The Hole in the Ground? If you did, which do you prefer, The Hole in the Ground or The Babadook? I really like The Hole in the Ground. I think it's pretty disturbing. It's got some really good moments to it. I think the Babadook's just a fucking masterpiece, though. Like, that was Hereditary before Hereditary in a lot of ways. You know, having the mom struggling with grief and all that about a loved one. It was kind of one of it's not the first movie to do that. But it was kind of one of the first, like, modern movies to really, really, really touch on that and have that be a focal point. So I don't know. I really like the Babadook. I don't know. It gets a lot of shit nowadays. Well, a lot of slower movies get shit nowadays, and I just think that's such a shame. There's so many rewarding experiences from slower movies, like The Witch, The Babadook, It Follows, and they're so good and so fun. You just gotta stick with it for more than 20 minutes, you know? It's a shame, some of these movies that get shit on. I will admit, with The Babadook, though, the kid is fucking annoying, like, so annoying. They should have toned that down just a little bit. The first half of that one, where the kid's just screaming the whole time, it's a bit much, but the story's worth it. The back half of that movie is phenomenal and so fucking scary. There's not too many movies that have that atmosphere too. Like, the coloring in the Babadook is, like, it's very, like, grayscale, and just, like, the house itself just looks so, like, weathered down and disgusting and, like, dilapidated. The whole that's how I would describe that movie. It's very dilapidated. It looks like old, like, hasn't been refurbished in a long time. I don't know how else to explain it, but they're able to capture that not only in the tone and story of the film, but also in the coloring and the technical side of things. I don't know. It's great. Very great. The way they approach a creature, too, is very similar to that of, like, Jaws, where it's like you just get to see the aftermath at first, you know? Like, you get to see the girl, like, going back and forth in the water. very similar to that in the Babadook. You know, you get to see the storybook where it's like the cartoon version of the Babadook and he looks all cute and shit, but then you see him later on and it's like the scariest shit you've ever seen because of the sound design. Ugh, god damn. So I don't know, I've always really appreciated that one. Aaron, that is exactly how I feel about that movie. It, like, the ending of that feels like an Avengers movie out of fucking nowhere, which is so weird. I don't know. I just rewatched most of these movies recently. I want to do a ranking video. I got to do that at some point. But man, Nightmare 3, it really did not. I really liked it the first time I watched it, but watching it again, I just wasn't crazy about it. I don't know. Very overrated, in my opinion. Sarah's saying, wait, is the hole in the ground the one with Keira Knightley while they're trapped in a hole, or is that just the hole? a lot of holes in that sentence. No, the hole in the ground is the one with the girl and like the mom and her son, and like the son's all fucking fucked up and shit. I don't want to say more than that if you haven't seen it, but it's from Lee Cronin, the same director as Evil Dead Rise. I personally like Rise more than this movie, but it's good. It's very good. If you have, is that Keira Knightley in that movie? I actually don't know. The Hole in the Ground. No, that is not Keira Knightley. I'm like, I don't know any of these actors or actresses actually, but very good movie if you have not seen it. I recommend it. It's an A24 movie too. I actually forgot it was A24. What do you know? What do you know? A24 horror, man. You can't go wrong there. Most times. 9 out of 10 times. I haven't heard much excitement for the Haunted Mansion. I'm kind of not excited, I got to be honest. But you're pumped. Good. I'm going to do a double header of Talk to Me then Haunted Mansion. Okay, that'll be fun. That feels very Barbenheimer in a lot of ways. You know, it's very like, okay, let's watch something really fucked up and scary, then something really goofy and silly. So, cool. Okay, hell yeah. It's like, isn't it like based off of a ride at Disney or something? I don't know. I'm just like, it's not enough for me to come to the theaters. I don't know. But maybe I'll see it. I don't know. Who knows? If a lot of people are doing reviews of it, maybe I'll jump on the train. Sarah Campbell's throwing $5 Canadian out there. Sarah, I really appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you. Saying, did you finish the entire Nightmare series? What did you think of the remake? I still have to watch. I actually skipped ahead and watched Freddy vs. Jason recently. I really wanted to watch that one again. Love it. Still great. I don't care what anyone says. So much fun. But I gotta watch New Nightmare and the remake still. I want to do that I might do that tonight before I go to bed actually. But how I remember the remake, Sarah, is like I really enjoyed parts of it. Like I think parts of it are really good. Some of the characters just aren't great, but man, I mean, some of the other sequels in that franchise are next to unwatchable. Like it took me 6 hours to watch Nightmare 4. Like I just kept going and getting more cups of coffee and like just sitting there like this, like with my eyes like Pee Wee Herman like this so that I would fucking watch the movie. 4 is unwatchable. Like I don't know how I got through that movie. It's awful. Like it's every decision they make in that movie is just bad. I don't know. I just don't care for it. It undid like all of the cool things about Dream Warriors and then just tries to continue the story with no base. It's very weird. And then 5 also tries to do that again and it doesn't work. It makes it even worse. But I can't imagine the remake is worse than those movies. I just can't. Like those are next to unwatchable. I remember actually being able to get through the Nightmare remake. So I don't know. I have my complaints about it. Like there's things about the third act I strongly dislike, but there's no way it's worse. Like there's just no way. Like, some of those movies are, wow. It's such a shame too. I mean, Freddy Krueger is such a good concept for a killer, and Robert Englund is always great in all of those movies. He keeps me interested. Honestly, if Freddy's not on screen in some of those Nightmare sequels, I can't even be watching it. It's crazy, but I don't know. I'm actually kind of excited to watch the remake again because it can't be that bad. Like there's no way. Like I know it's not good, but can't be as bad as some of those other ones. So I'm really excited to do a ranking video though. I think it's going to turn some heads. some people are not going to like how high I rank Freddy's Dead, but I don't care. I enjoy it. It actually realizes like, okay, we're in really stupid territory and we can't fix this. So fuck it. I appreciate that. First movie in the franchise to realize that after like 2, 3, 4, and 5 are just like train wrecks. Sorry about the Nightmare hate, but I love that original movie so much. It's a fucking horror masterpiece. And then for them to just give these like half-assed, half-baked ideas to the sequels. It's crazy. It's crazy shit. But Sarah, thank you for the 5. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to talk about that really soon. Hopefully later in the week, but no promises. No promises. Oh, what's my favorite Happy Death Day movie? Definitely the first one. The twist is way better. Twist is way better in the first one. They made the red herring the killer in the second one. I'm like, what? Why? Just give me new characters and a new mystery. Why are we doing this? That's so weird. That the Happy Death Day twist is great. It's very Scream 2-ish in a lot of ways. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. You feel me on that one? With what happens. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If you like the Scream movies, watch Happy Death Day. You'll fucking love that movie. And you'll like the second one too. 2 is really fun too. It's just more of a horror comedy, leaning strongly into the comedy. What Lies Beneath is saying, when are you going to play Outlast? Probably sometime soon. I really want to do I'm thinking about doing like a monthly game stream or something on here. I don't know. I'm trying to do something like a little more fun with the streaming. I'm trying to do more streams and more shorts. That seems to be the things that people really respond to with this page. My Insidious short that I did talking about the trailer is just going to the moon right now. It's almost at like 100,000 views. It doesn't make sense for me to be pumping out like big videos every single day anymore with how, YouTube is shaping up. So I'm kind of focusing on the shorts at the moment and live streaming. I want to do like 3 or 4 streams a week and maybe like a shit ton of shorts and maybe like a video a week is kind of like, I'm thinking about just putting like a bunch of effort into one big video a week or something. So I got one coming out either tomorrow or Wednesday on Scream 6. I'm actually really excited to make this video. I don't want to tell you what it is yet, but you'll see it either most likely Wednesday morning is when you'll see it. It's going to be a bigger video than what I usually do. So it's not going to be something I'm going to be able to cook up in 4 or 5 hours. So if I had to choose between Evil Dead 2013 or Rise, which one would you choose? Oh, some of y'all are not going to like this, but definitely Evil Dead 2013 without a doubt in my mind. I loved Rise. It was so much fun, but Evil Dead 2013 is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. In my opinion, that's how you make a fucking horror film. I have seen that movie probably more times than any other movie in my life. I love it. I truly think it's perfect. There's nothing I would change about it. The characters are phenomenal. The reason they don't want to leave because of, the character's addiction. Perfect. Like, great. Super inventive. I love how they did that. The characters getting fucked up, like, to bits. I love. And, that was a big complaint with Scream 6 is like, these characters are living through so much. That's ridiculous. But like, listen, in real life, a person could die from just one stab to the chest, and that's just not exciting to watch on screen anymore. Evil Dead 2013 understands that and takes its characters to crazy new heights. Like, listen, you can watch that movie and say, well, Eric should have died like fucking an hour ago. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but that's why it's so good. Like, I have not seen a movie like Evil Dead 2013, where the characters just get fucking tortured the whole time. And I think there should be more movies like that. Like, there's so many movies where it's like, we got to come up with this new character and we got to kill them in this scene. That's the only purpose they serve. In Evil Dead 2013, all of these characters serve so many different purposes and not all of them die right away. And I think that's so special. Like, why can't we have more movies like that? I don't know. You got to be able to suspend your disbelief sometimes to make a product better than it would already be. And that's kind of how I feel about Chad living through Scream 6. It's like, sure, was it a bit of a stretch? It's very much so a stretch, but I think it's really fun. It fits the vibe of that third act. Like, sure, I'm not crazy about the feel good vibe with Scream 6. I wish it would have went down the dark path that it was setting up, but it works with the third act. It's fun. And with Evil Dead 2013, I don't have a problem with Eric constantly coming back to life because it's fucking crazy. It's like, oh my God, this guy's still going. Oh, that's awesome. He should have been dead an hour ago. I don't care. I think it's great. I think it's sick. So Evil Dead 2013 all fucking day long. Although I love Evil Dead Rise too. Like, such a good movie. Such a great continuation to the franchise. And I was so worried. Oh my God, I was worried about Evil Dead Rise. I'm like, if this sucks, I'm going to be so mad. Like, dude, that franchise is perfect. Like, I would not change a damn thing about any of those 5 movies. The series is so good. Everything Evil Dead is good. It's one of the only franchises I can say that about. Even like Scream, I think all 6 movies are great, but the TV show is just meh. Just, yeah, it's all right. It's fine. It's whatever. Like, Ash vs. Evil Dead kicks ass, man. I don't know. Just my opinion, I think Evil Dead is just, it's the best. It's the best franchise out there. I can't wait to see what they do next, man. Very excited, but I'm always going to get just a little nervous when a new one of those movies comes out. Like always, just a little nervous. I'm like, please don't fuck it up. Please, God. You've had such a good record since 1981. Just keep it going. Just keep it going, man. Shit. If Loomis can survive a whole ass explosion, moving from 2 to 4, Chad can survive a few stabs. I love it, Aaron. I love it. See, like, I agree with this. I totally agree with this. I think that if you can serve a movie and it means a character living through some bullshit, that's fine. Who cares? Listen, is it ridiculous that Dr. Loomis comes back for 4 with just a little bit of burn makeup on his face, even though he was in the middle of an explosion? Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't care. I don't give 2 shits. It's awesome. He makes those last, 3 movies that he's in, 4, 5, and 6. 5 is rough, but it would be way more rough without Dr. fucking Loomis. Tell you what, man. And I don't get the hate that Curse gets, man. Curse of Michael Myers is so good. Oh, love that movie. I'm drinking ginger ale because Jake has to stop drinking pop, so I'm slowly weaning myself off of it with ginger ale instead. In my mind, that's better than a Coke. Is it? I don't fucking know. But God, my one vice on this planet is I can't stop drinking pop. I gotta stop it. So I'm slowly trying to wean myself off of it. It's very tough. Hydrate. I need to hydrate with real water, man. Gotta take a little hydration break. I feel you on that. I feel you. Chad survived because he is literally named Chad. This too. He's an alpha Chad. It's in his fucking name. They make a joke about it in the film. Come on. Update on Saw X. Gaz, we haven't gotten anything regarding Saw X recently, which makes me kind of sad. What I will tell you, though, is that we're probably getting the trailer for Saw X later on this month. At Midsummer Scream, some rumblings have been announced that maybe we'll see a trailer then, which means we'll probably get a public trailer around that too. If that's even still happening, actually, now that I think about it. That might be canceled with the strikes and all that. I know, like, Comic-Con, so many, like, it basically got canceled because there's just no fucking, like, who's going to show up to the panel, Nobody's working right now. So we'll probably still get the trailer around that time, though. It's an October movie. July is usually when you start to get the marketing for all these. So relatively soon, my friend. You won't have to wait too much longer to see something from it, I don't think. Blackberry ginger ale is like crack cocaine. It really is. This shit is so good. I usually get like a 12-pack of Coke or something. But I was like, I gotta stop, man. I'm trying to lose weight right now. And blackberry ginger ale, though, that's been my shit. My thoughts on it is it's like, ginger ale settles your stomach. It's not good for you, but it's better for you than something like a Coke. So I'm like, I'll drink this. Fuck it. It's something that's mildly better than what I've been doing. So, hey, there you go. I feel you on that, Sarah. I feel you. Connie Cleary is throwing $5 in there. Connie, I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you. Saying totally agree with you on Evil Dead and Scream. Yes. Oh, such good franchises. So consistent. Like, if I had to do a top 10 ranking on consistency regarding horror movie franchises, Scream is number 2. Number 1's Evil Dead. Like, without a doubt in my mind, I don't see that changing. There's not too many consistent horror franchises. You get some hits and misses most times, more often than not, but damn, with Evil Dead and Scream, constant bangers from both franchises. Man, holy shit. Love both franchises so much. And they're so different, too. I love that they're so different, but they're so fun. Like, both of them are so fun for totally different reasons. Love them both. Really do, Connie. Very good stuff. Thank you for the $5. I love your bird. Love the bird. Is its name also Connie? Because that would be really funny. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member, too. If you're unaware, by the way, I'm doing a new thing over on Patreon, and if you don't care, listen, this will be over in 2 seconds. I promise. Over on Patreon, if you support me at the Freddy tier, you can co-host my podcast. I'm literally filming an episode later on this week with Jesse from Story Times with Jesse. We're going to be talking some doppelgangers. I'm really excited for that. But every Monday, I'm uploading a new video with people who support me at the Freddy tier on my Patreon. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different crazy shit. Like just a bunch of stuff. Every single week, I'm doing a new episode with someone. So I'm very, very excited to get into that. I don't know. It's going to be really fun. So if you want to be part of that, support me at the Freddy tier, and we'll be able to do some podcast episodes together on whatever the fuck you want. You pick the topic. It's got to be horror related, obviously. We can't talk about, underwear for 2 hours. That would be kind of crazy. Would anyone watch that? I don't know. But hey, it's all up to you, whatever you want to talk about. I want to get into the weird, nitty-gritty weird shit too. So throw some crazy bullshit at me. I want an excuse to, be able to go to something that I haven't been able to go to in a while, if that makes sense. Like we're doing one on the Ghoulies franchise, for instance, with Jacob Browning, who I don't know if they're there, if they're here or not, but I have not watched some of those movies, and it's like, wow, this will be a good opportunity to just sit down and watch all these. It's like, cool. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to do this. It's going to be awesome. Sarah is even putting the link to Patreon in there. This is going to be one of the most fun series on this franchise, on this page, I mean. So can't wait for it. Go do the Patreon thing. It'll be fun. Wendy is saying I stopped drinking sodas as well. I'm trying, Wendy. I'm trying, but it's hard. Ugh. I'm not crazy about like candy or like any of that. Like I eat pretty healthy, but man, the thing that just is tough for me is I like drinking a little bit of a Coke with something, it's always tough. It's always tough. Snarling Carling is saying I would love to talk Terrifier with you. I have podcast experience. Nice. LGB terror is mine. Very cool. Oh shit. I don't think I've heard of this before, but killer name. I dig it. Hell yeah, dude. Support me at the Freddy tier. Let's talk. Let's make it happen. Thank you, Mayanne. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support, my friend. Thank you. Parker CS is saying Alien 3 is a bigger insult for Alien franchise than Scream. I don't know if Scream 5 and Scream 6 are insults to fans. Come on, that's a little rough. I do like a lot for 5 and 6, but Alien 3 has no redeeming qualities. Yeah, okay. I feel you there. Alien 3, man, what the fuck? Like, I love David Fincher, but like, he was given a trash script. Like, that's what it is. Like, he was just given this thing that had been like worked on for so many years past Aliens. They'd been trying to make this movie for such a long time, went through like thousands of different ideas. I remember reading about the history behind this movie, and it's insane. Like, it's absolutely insane. I don't know. I think Alien 3 could have been something good, but going with like this prison planet and all the characters from 2 are dead, it's just like, man. That's an insult in my opinion. Like, I don't know. I've never been big on Alien 3, but I think it could have been good if they went with one of the original ideas. It's like every idea, like the first idea for Alien 3 was awesome. Then they were like, okay, that couldn't happen for crazy reasons. I'm going over this very vaguely because I can't remember it all off the top of my head. But it's like they had this idea, it was going to be awesome. Then they're like, okay, we got to scratch that because all the people involved can't do it anymore. Come up with another idea, it's fine, whatever. And then they come up with like another idea. Then we finally get to what Alien 3 is, and it's just meh. It's just meh at the very least. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about it. I should watch it again though. That's another franchise I want to go through. I really like Alien Resurrection. I don't hate that movie. I think it's fun. It's not like a masterpiece or anything, but it's got a great cast. It's very funny in my opinion. I don't know. It's got some cool shit in it. Fallon Vamp is throwing $2 out there. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate the support. Thanks for being a KillJoy cult member too. I see that and I appreciate you. Saying going to see Terrifier in the theater next week? Abso-fucking-lutely. If I can. I want to see it Wednesday night. What's weird is that's also my dad's birthday. So like I want to be able to spend time with my father, and I just got so much going on in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to be not going to be able to see it in the rest of the week either, because going on the website for like where they're showing the movie, there's like nothing in my area. Like there's a bunch of stuff Wednesday night, but like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think it goes all the way through to next Tuesday. There's just nothing else in my area. I'm gonna have to drive to Columbus, which is like 2 hours from me, to see this thing if I want to see it on any other day. So I really want to see it in theaters, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to. I just have so many schedule conflicts. But if I can, I will see it tomorrow night, or Wednesday night, I mean. I really want to, because like this movie kicks ass in my opinion. I really love the first Terrifier. Would love to see it on a big screen like that. So what I will say though is that if you're someone who really wants to see it Wednesday night. Buy your tickets for Wednesday night, because I just don't think that there's going to be much else available going throughout the week. It's like less and less showings as you go on. So see it soon if you can. Make this movie some money, because it will aid Terrifier 3 big time. So check it out. Fallon Vamp, thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. If you get to see it, I hope you enjoy it on the big screen. Tell you what, I just watched both of those movies again recently, and God, they're so good. So much fun, so gory. Art the Clown's such a good villain. Love it. Aaron is saying, as someone who's seen all 6 Scream movies in theaters, it's tradition. It's not an insult. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, Screams 5 and 6 are very, very thoughtful towards the original films. I know a lot of people who aren't crazy about them. They're not perfect, and in my opinion, neither is like 2, 3, or 4. But I don't know. Compared to those movies, they're about the same quality, in my opinion. I think they're good. They're fun movies. I honestly, like, even though I'm very harsh on some of the other Scream sequels, I kind of feel the same about the majority of them. Scream 6 I was really hot on because they finally did something that I've been wanting to see in the franchise for a long time and executed it very well, in my opinion. Seeing the side of things from Ghostface's perspective, we finally got a taste of that. And so I loved it. I was like, whatever. I'm like, fuck it. I'm sold. I love this movie so much the first time I saw it after that reveal. But the other thing about it is, like, sure, it's got its plot holes and all that, but it's very fun, and it never stops being fun. None of these movies are boring, in my opinion. Like 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 are all so much fun. And that's something that's so important to me. I think the worst movies out there are the boring ones. As long as you're not boring, it's good, in my opinion. So I think that these movies are really fun. And, like, minus the nostalgia of, like, seeing 4 when I was really young and loving it and being like, this is awesome. I love slasher movies. Besides that, I just think it's a really well-executed movie despite some of the weird shit in it. It's kind of the way I feel about 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's weird things in all those movies that's like, what is going on? I don't understand why we're doing this, but it's good for the most part. Like 4, I think 4 and 6 are very similar movies in that they both have some great moments that's like, yes, this is what we've been wanting for such a long time. But then you have like the opening scene of Scream 4 that's like, what the fuck is going on? This is too meta. Like, it's too much. It's just, it's good, but it's too much. And then the ending of 4 too is just like it's such a whimper. It's such a, we ended the movie back at fucking Kirby's house and now we're just still going. It's like, this should have ended. Come on. I feel that like there's moments in 6 where I feel the same way. So I don't know. I just don't think you can say like, oh man, 5 and 6 are so much worse. Like 2, 3, and 4 have their weaknesses too. So I like all of them though. They're all good. They're all very fun. I enjoy them all. Army of Darkness is a masterpiece. Damn right it is. Oh, I like the director's cut even better too. Hot take. I think the ending's even better. So I don't know. Ooh, love that movie. Alien Resurrection, a guilty pleasure. I feel that way too, my friend. Very, very much so a guilty pleasure. I love it. I really enjoy it. I get why people don't like it, but I enjoy it. It's fun. I think it's got some cool moments. It plays around with like the alien like genetics and all that bullshit too, which I like. You kind of see that in Prometheus and Alien Covenant a bit, but it's just boring. Like, I don't know. I don't. A lot of that stuff I'm not crazy about. Covenant is definitely a step up from the previous entry, but I'm fine with it. Can't wait for Alvarez's. Oh fuck yeah, dude. Fede. I just want to bow down to that man. I'm not worthy to Fede Alvarez. Truly an amazing horror director, one of the best of our time. Does not get talked about enough. And the man's making a new Alien movie. So it's going to be fucking good. It's going to be great. I want to see that opening night when it comes out next year. I'll be right there with you, Nighthawk. Hopefully it gets a theatrical release. I know that at first it was planned to be a Hulu original, but look at Prey. Look at Prey. That was like this huge streaming success for Hulu. What if they put that in theaters? What if that was in theaters? Like, that would have made a bunch of money. I know some people didn't like it. I loved it personally. It's one of my favorite Predator sequels. I think it's definitely better than at least two of the sequels. So I enjoyed it. It's really good. It's a very different take on Predator. I think that there's more movies should do that. Truly. More movies should take that approach where it's like, here's this little isolated story that involves, this infamous monster. So we need that. We need something like that. More movies in that vein, I think. So if more things can be like Prey, that would make me happy. I think there's too many stories that are just constantly... All right, S, if you keep spamming the chat, I'm going to have to block you, my friend. I don't want to do that. Because I know you're just trying to say hi, and I appreciate that. But don't spam. Please don't spam. Makes it harder for me to get to people's questions and shit. Sarah Campbell saying, I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. Thoughts on Alien Covenant if it had me in the first half, but then went off the rails. I I don't know. I think when the xenomorph shows up, it's like, cool. Okay, we're finally getting there. But the fact that it took us like a movie and a half to see xenomorphs, that's too long. That's way too long, man. I don't care about this, genetic backstory thing. I'm like, I need more. I need more to it. I like that, like, Alien Resurrection played around with those ideas. Like, you have like a xenomorph human hybrid. You're bringing back Ellen Ripley. You brought her back to life through all this shit. She's like a clone now. That's cool. Like, that's cool because it's like you did that on purpose to do something specific here. You are bringing back this character from the dead because we needed to do that to make another Alien film. But with Alien Covenant, it's just, I don't really see the point. Like, we could have done everything that Prometheus does and Alien Covenant. We could have done all of that, not only just in one movie, but in like the first act of a fucking movie. Have Michael Fassbender like experimenting with the aliens. You could have done that way quicker. And I would like to know more about like the company too. We barely learn anything about the company, which is like, that's why I want a prequel. I want to learn more about this crazy corrupt company that is constantly sending people to places with the evil aliens. We kind of talk about that a little bit in Alien versus Predator, which is cool. We at least have some of the characters. But I don't know. I just think Ridley Scott really overthought those movies for some reason. I just thought they could have been way better. The CGI also doesn't look good in Alien Covenant, which is like, what? Like, what? Like, I don't know. Very drawn out for no purpose that I could really see. It just didn't seem purposeful. So I don't know. I think there's a good story there. You just need to pace it better, in my opinion. And Sarah Campbell's throwing $2 Canadian out there. I appreciate that. I love AVP, and I will accept no slander. I do too. I get the hate for Alien vs. Predator Requiem. I do, but it's a fun fucking movie, dude. It is so much dumb fun just watching this fucking Predator go after this Predalien. That's insane. What's that's insane. It might be too dark to see at times, but you can always turn the brightness up. That's what I'll say. It's a fun, dumb movie that's basically just a slasher movie with both the aliens and the predators. And I think that's cool. And that first movie, too, is so much fun as well. I don't know. I don't get the hate for those movies. There's such good, like, thousands B movies. I don't know. There's some of my favorites from that time. I agree, Sarah. No slander for AVP. We love that around here. Very good stuff. Thank you for the $2, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm sitting in a red and black gaming chair watching Terrifier 2. Very nice, S. Enjoy. It's a very fun movie. One of my favorites. One of my favorite slashers of all time. Frank G is saying, I really hope Heather Matarazzo gets to return in Scream 7 as Martha. She's a good actress, and she never had more than a couple of lines in 3 and 5. Plus, if she's an opening kill, that'd be gut-wrenching. Frank, you're really making me work the old noodle here. And no, I'm not talking about anything gross. I'm talking about the old brain. That's a pretty good point. Like, what if Martha does get killed? That means the Meeks Martin twins are going to be pissed. And that's an emotional death. That's not like jeopardizing a plot line. Like, if you kill Tara, you kind of have to do some plot line with an emotional story between her and Danny. And I don't know if I'm like, that's my one detriment to killing Tara in the opening. We were just talking about that as well. And it's like, you kind of have to force this romance thing again, which I'm just not crazy about. I think this franchise has done that so many times where it's like, here's a boyfriend character who's trying to do anything they can for our protagonist. And maybe they're a little suspicious because they're a little too nice. We've done that so many times. And if you kill Tara, that's the only route you can go. So, like, we want an emotional death at the beginning. We want to establish that we're killing main characters. This is a good way to ease us up to that, killing a character like Heather Matarazzo, who, yes, is a legacy character, but not, like, clearly not the biggest one out of the bunch. Like, killing Gale Weathers in the opening scene, I just think would be too much of a gut punch right from the beginning. At the end of the day, these are fun movies. They got to be fun, even though they have that darkness edge. You got to balance that. And I will admit, we are definitely much more in the fun category right now, where I think we can get even darker. Scream 5 got darker than the previous movie. Scream 6 went a little further, but kind of whiffed it at the end with the tone. With 7, I think we can have a consistently very dark, but also fun movie. I think that's possible. Here's how you do it. You do something like this. You kill a somewhat main character in the opening. It gets everyone back involved because this is the Meeks Martin twins' mom, and this is also someone very close to the rest of the main characters as well. This gets everyone going against our Ghostface killer. This is a great idea, Frank, because then like you have Sydney back involved. She's like, oh my God, fucking Martha's dead. This is scary. Like this Ghostface is not only coming for, the new characters, but that maybe it's coming for Sidney Prescott and Gale. That's a great idea. I'm going to be honest, Frank. I think that's 10 out of 10. That's what they should do for the opening. And then, build up to the death of a main character, like maybe Tara, but if Tara's dead the whole movie, then it's going to result in a film where it's, a big focus on Danny and Sam's relationship. And then he's a red herring. I've seen this played out before. They've done this in Scream 2 and Scream 6. Don't do it again. Well, we don't need to. I think they could kill Danny off pretty early, or maybe he doesn't return. I need some new characters. I need new characters if a mystery is going to work. That's I don't know. Kill off some of these old characters and give me some new characters so we can have a mystery again. I want, think about the success of the original Scream, I think about how good that movie is because there's no, bullshit that they had to be attached to from the past. We're getting strung out with the story. And while that's always been a very positive thing for Scream, it's slowly becoming something to its detriment, where the past is really starting to affect these future movies more and more and more, like a little bit in 4, even more in 5, and so much so to the point where it consumed some of the really good things about Scream 6 that could have been even better. So I think we really need this disconnect from the past. A big thing to do that would be to kill some of the main characters. I say we kill Martha, I say we kill Danny, and I say we kill one of the core 4 members. And we don't, Gale and Sydney, they should stay alive. Come on. we didn't kill Gale in the last movie. I think that just means we should keep her alive at this point. But I don't know. I'm so on the fence with that too, because what if they give us this epic kill with Gale Weathers? And it's it makes sense. It works so well. I'm really not against killing legacy characters, but you got to do it with a purpose. They did it with a purpose in 5. Do it with a purpose in the future. Don't just do it because there's too many characters. Do it because it serves the story too. I think when you make big, broad decisions like that, you should have multiple reasons why to back this up. Not just, because it would be cool. No, it serves the story. It's also a good time for this character to go. Give me multiple reasons. Don't just do it because you feel like it. That's my thoughts on the matter. Outlast could make a good movie. It could, for sure. Even though Martha isn't a legacy survivor, she is a legacy character. Well, she's been through this multiple times. I mean, if she's Randy's sister, that makes you assume that she was in Woodsboro during those events. So I would say, yeah, she's been through this. She just wasn't a focus of the story. And yeah, it kind of does work as a Scream 3 opening. We killed a legacy character back then. Kind of. Cotton Weary being a legacy character, that's tough. He's kind of a hated character. He's a dick. I mean, he is. He's, sure, he was, wrongly accused, but he doesn't exactly approach that very well in Scream 2. He's kind of a dick about it. He might save Sidney Prescott, but, for that Diane Sawyer interview, it's I don't know how I feel about that, Cotton. He kind of deserved the fate he got in 3 in a lot of ways. So to kill an innocent character who kind of doesn't deserve it, though, that's some new territory. That's not just mirroring Scream 3. It's there's more to it than that. It elicits a different emotion. I don't feel bad when Cotton Weary dies. I'm almost kind of yeah, okay, there we go. He finally got his comeuppance from the events of Scream 2. If Martha died in the opening scene, violently, I'd be oh my God, Jesus, it's a different kind of Scream we're dealing with here. How about 4 Ghostface killers in Scream 7? Wendy, I gotta make a video about this. I think that Scream 6's detriment was to have 3 killers because you didn't really get to know too many of them. Like Quinn, I barely got to know. She was kind of under this facade of, I'm this character in college and all that. Even Ethan is a bit of a shallow character. I wish we could have gotten to know just one character really well. A lot of my issues with 6 come down to that. But I don't know. I'm kind of I feel like we blew our load on doing more than 2 characters with Scream 6. I feel like we should go back to 2 or maybe even 1 for the next one. That's just me though. I'm I don't think, like the cult of Ghostface thing, I think can work because you're not focusing on like a bunch of characters who are Ghostface. You're probably focusing on like a cult leader who's leading this like group of Ghostfaces. That would be cool. That would be really cool because then you're focusing on one character who's in charge of all these other side characters that probably don't get lines. I would be into that. I could be into that for sure. Sarah Campbell has just gifted a KillJoy Jake membership again to Chelsea. Very nice. I appreciate that, Sarah. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yin Yang Theory is saying, yo, what's up, Jake? What's up, my friend? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, we're probably closing up shop here real soon, but thanks for hopping in anyways. Appreciate you. Appreciate you a whole lot. I'll be live again on Friday, maybe this weekend as well. I don't know. But I want to try to get at least 3 streams in a week moving forward. Jake, would you want a Sam Sydney team up or Sam versus Sydney showdown? Come on. Y'all know the answer to this. I want Sam and Sydney to fight at the end. That would throw in some crazy stakes, I think. I would be so interested in that. I fucking love the idea of Sam. Like, I love the idea of Sam going Ghostface. You guys know that if you've seen any of my videos from like the past 3 months or so. But her and Sydney to literally fight each other would be just so, like, not only so cool to watch, but super meta in and of itself. Like, what if Sam becomes like the best fucking killer ever? And then Sydney has to fight her. Like, that is so interesting to me. I'm like, that would be so good. It's almost like an Anakin Skywalker arc. You know what I mean? Like if Sydney is our Luke, Sam is our Anakin. You know, she could have been good, but she went to the dark side. You were supposed to defeat them, not join them, or whatever the fuck the line is. You know, like that shit I want to see with Sam. I think that would just be so cool. She's a different character from Sydney. I don't think she deserves the same route that Sydney went down. And right now, Sam is kind of on that arc. And I hope it has a different outcome than what Sydney got. Sydney deserved a happy ending. Sam, I feel like we can write a different kind of story for. Something maybe a little darker. Once again, let's not do the same thing that we've always done with this franchise, where it's, Sam has her boyfriend, and we're gonna watch a movie at the end of it. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna leave the door open because there's no more things to be scared of outside. Come on with that. If we get an ending like that in Scream 7, I'll be a little disappointed. So let's have them fight. Let's have them fight. All right, everybody. Old Jake's got to get off. I am going over to Craven Something Scary's page in like 30 so minutes. So come check it out. Gonna take a little break before that. Don't know how long that's gonna go. So old Jake needs to rest the old voice. But come say hey over on the Craven Something Scary YouTube channel. We're gonna be talking Scream and more bullshit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate you guys. We'll be live again on Friday, and I'm giving away a Scream 7 or Scream 6 Steelbook. 7's not out. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm giving away a Scream 6 Steelbook on Friday, so make sure to join that stream. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You might win it. You never know. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me again. As always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace!